Good afternoon, folks. One of these rainy afternoons, and I managed to make it back out here to the airplane. Couple of things. We're working on slats today, and slats to me have been a little bit confusing. Um, you got four pieces for slats, two left and two right, and of course they're mirror images of each other. But the layout, until you really read them out and understand them, can be a little bit confusing, I think. So I thought I'd go over it real quick. I went ahead and fitted the L angles to all four slats. I've actually got one of the slats built or clecoed together. But I've got the other three L angles all installed, clecoed in place. I've got to finish deburring them, prime them, and then I'll rivet them together. But now I've got them marked out lefts and rights and which goes where. The longer ones are your outboard slats, and your shorter ones are the inboard slats. And it uses a full 4-foot L angle, 1219 millimeters. And once you get the positioning of them right, the rest of it's relatively easy. On the inboard slats, and of course left and right, they're mirror images of each other. The left-hand slat starts at 40 millimeters from the edge of the sheet, and that's where your L angle starts. And it runs full width, 50 millimeter spacing on those for A4 rivets. And once you've got them in position, your three ribs, your center rib will sit right in the middle of that L angle, and your other two sit right on each end of that L. So once you've got them positioned, the L position where it goes, why the rest of it falls in place. The outboard slats, they call for 200 millimeters from the inside edge where they overlap, and that's the overlapping part. If I was going to cut these parts again, I'd cut the slat skins quite some time ago and had them bent to the position they're in now. If I had to do that over again, I would either wait until I got ready to fit those slats before I cut the length on them, or else I would cut them a little bit long just to have an extra 10 or 15, 20 millimeters of wiggle room, and then go back and trim them later. Because if you get that L angle off, you know, one rib width, which is, I think, would be very easy to do, why, that way you've got enough material left that you still wouldn't be in trouble. You could still use those ribs rather than having to scrap them. I think I've got everything right here, so I'm going to go ahead and get them deburred and riveted together, and then we'll go back and look at what we're doing next with it. Alright, we're cutting out the slots for the slat ribs to fit through. This fitting has to fit down through there. Zenith says to drill several holes along and then file it out. I still use an Olfa P800. And it just takes a little bit of time, and you still have to clean it up with a file, but it does a very nice job. You just want to be sure you don't overrun the edges of your holes. There it is. We just have to clean that up a little bit with a file like you would everything else and deburr it, and you've got your slot for it to fit in.